G'day everyone, Dave McDonald here. Going to give you a few slogans, see if you recognise them. Just do it. Eat fresh. Think big. Broadcast yourself. Yes. Say it with flowers. Impossible is nothing. Buy it, sell it, love it. Well, I'm sure we recognise many of those slogans from companies like Nike and Subway and Apple and eBay. They're common household slogans. But I want to give you another one. It's an ancient slogan. It goes like this: meaningless, meaningless, utterly meaningless, everything is meaningless. This is the slogan of a book in the Bible. In fact, the slogan occurs 38 times within 12 chapters. And I want to ask you, if you were given a book and the back cover said, "This book is meaningless, utterly meaningless," if you were enrolling in a course and it said, "This is meaningless, utterly meaningless," if you were thinking about a job and the description said, "Meaningless, meaningless, this job is meaningless," if you were contemplating a holiday, if you were brutally honest, if you were contemplating life, and the verdict was meaningless, meaningless, utterly meaningless, everything is meaningless, what would be the point? And friends, we live in a meaningless world. We can't make head nor tail of it. We try, we look at pleasure, we look at work, we look at relationships, we explore things with wisdom, and we just can't work out what's going on in this world. And so I want to open up a book of the Bible with you. It's the book of Ecclesiastes. And I'm hoping to be able to share a number of these little Bible bits to get us thinking about the Bible's real picture on the world that we live in. And the book opens like this: the words of the teacher, son of David, king of Jerusalem. I think it's a pretty good bet that this author is King Solomon. Some disagree. But look at what he says in the second verse of the first chapter. Meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher, utterly meaningless, everything is meaningless. He tells you at the outset what this book is like. No, actually he tells you at the outset what life is like. When you look around and you see what's going on, you see things started, you see things stop, you see things raised up, you see things torn down, you see great achievement, and you see the destruction. What comes, it goes. When you look at the cycles of life, people live, people die. When you look at the routine of a day, you go to bed, you get up the next morning, you have a coffee, you have some breakfast, you might do a bit of exercise, you go off to work, or you don't go to work because you're stuck at home. You grab your laptop, you do a little bit, you grab another coffee. It's a morning tea break, so you spend a little bit of time relaxing and then more work. Get out the laptop, get out the iPhone, ring up a few people, and then there's lunch, and then a bit more work and a bit more coffee, and then a little bit of time off. You have dinner, you spend some time in front of the TV, maybe you catch a little bit of your favourite Netflix, and then you crash and you do it all again. Weeks of doing this. No, really, years and years and years of doing the same thing every day, in repeat, day after day after day. Friends, surely there has to be more to life than Groundhog Day in slow motion. What is the meaning? What is the value? What is the purpose of this life? Is it worthwhile? Is there something that lasts? Is there a perspective on life now which will make a difference for your life and for mine? Is there meaning to be found? Is there a hope that we are doing more on this planet than simply going through the motions, grinding through the gears? Is there something beyond? We are surrounded at the moment by repetition, mindless, day after day, year after year, life repeat, life repeat. The book of Ecclesiastes looks at that. It's real about that. But when you dig into this book, you see that there is a hope. And that hope is to be found in the one who made us. And that is God. Thank you.